Twitter is home to some truly barbaric idiots. I saw so many stupid and detestable posts the other day that I decided to respond to some of them. This is the kind of slop that notable social media accounts are spewing on a daily basis. Prepare for a pathetic and embarrassing selection of mindless absurdities. Cam Slater. This revolting slob is attempting to dock someone because they exercise their right to protest. Obviously the goal here is to dox this person so that right-wing scum can send them death threats and attempt to get them fired. This could quite possibly be illegal. It is also blatant cancel culture, something that Slob Slater pretends to be against. What a disgusting, amoral hack. No values, no principles, just vindictive spite and a subhuman tendency for cruelty. Cam Slater cannot be cancelled. I doubt this disgusting slob even has a day job to be fired from. So he insists on attempting to ruin other people's lives simply because they exercised their right to protest and dared to hold a sign that he disagrees with. What an absolute joke. The shameless irrationality of these people is a force of societal rot. Its normalization is a danger to everything great about our society. It is comical that these people pretend to be defenders of Western civilization when they wage war on reason itself. Lee Donoghue. This loser was a New Zealand First candidate at the last election. Thankfully, he did not get into Parliament. He is an amoral ghoul who worships Donald Trump. He claims to be a supporter of free speech, and here we see him demanding that someone be deported because they shared an opinion that he dislikes. Again, these people have no values, they believe in nothing. The idea of values is alien to them. This mindset is incompatible with a healthy society. It represents a revolt against the most basic tenets of Western civilization. The blatant irrationality and hypocrisy, it is an absolute rot. It is a force of intellectual decay. Of course, this guy believes in absolutely nothing. This is a man who calls himself a New Zealand nationalist, yet he doesn't even live in New Zealand. He moved to the USA and obsessively supports Donald Trump, a foreign nationalist who has applied harsh tariffs to this country. How pathetic can you get? It is the most pathetic brand of nationalism that is known to man. If you are going to be a fascist, at least be a fascist for your own country. It's a pretty low bar, but these scumbags can't even meet that. I included this one just because I found it deeply amusing. Recently the All Blacks were dealt a crushing defeat by the Springboks. And apparently, this is because they became woke. What does that even mean? It is comical. When you stub your toe, do you blame it for becoming woke? Annie O'Brien claiming that the pro-Palestine protest in Auckland the other day was supposedly tiny. The evidence of this being a photo of a medium-sized crowd. Of course, anyone with eyes can see that the protest looks small because they are going around a corner. Only a small part of the protest is in sight. A toddler would be able to figure this out, but seemingly this obvious reality was overlooked in favour of the right-wing narrative. Imagine being so completely consumed by ideology that you believe that narrative more than you believe your own eyes. This image very clearly does not fit the narrative that is being pushed. Unless you are a stupid person who overlooks obvious realities for the sake of ideological convenience. I don't think I have ever seen a more clear-cut case of this. actual brain rot, and many accounts posted similar moronic claims. Their fanatical narrative is all that these people care about. They will force anything into the narrative, no matter how poorly it fits. It is laughable. This may well be the most disgusting post of the lot. An Axe Party MP claiming that pro-Palestine protesters support ethnic cleansing and dress up as terrorists. What a loser! Simon Court really radiates loser energy more than any other MP in Parliament. You can just tell that even David Seymour bullies him. A List MP petulantly whining in a feeble attempt at portraying New Zealanders as terrorist supporters. Simply because they objected to actual ethnic cleansing and terrorism committed by Israel. Israel is currently committing murderous ethnic cleansing, and this vile Zionist hack dares to accuse those who protest this of supporting ethnic cleansing. What is this Orwellian absurdity? This mindless hack should go and live in Israel. He has proven himself more motivated to defend the interests of Israel than the interests of New Zealand. He has done more for Israel than he ever will for this country. He is destroying the international order and the global norms that keep us safe for the sake of defending some deranged belligerent ethno-state. It is laughable. He has no place in our parliament, and how exactly are the protesters dressing up as terrorists? Does he think Arab clothing, worn in solidarity, means you are dressed up as a terrorist? What a barbaric, primitive, tribal mindset. Of course, the great irony is that politicians wearing suits have perpetrated infinitely more acts of terror than people wearing keffiyehs. Reason itself is under attack by these barbaric individuals. These deranged ideological actors wage war on the most basic Enlightenment concepts. They are the ultimate enemies of the Western civilization that they claim to defend. Their worldviews represent a decay, devouring it from within, replacing reason and logic with mindless tribalism and fanatical zealotry. They strip our society of everything that makes it valuable, and they do so under the guise of defending it. They believe in nothing, they have no values, they are your enemy.